Good evening. My name is Cecil Brown. I'm here to talk to you for a couple of minutes about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart. Money. $10,000 to be exact. So you ask, what does $10,000 have to do with anything? $10,000 happens to be a nice round number of what the average college student will spend in a 4-year degree on textbooks. Bernie Sanders, a leading presidential candidate, actually did an interview in January 2015 on CNN, which he talked about this subject. He said, you know, it's really a shame that we're the most developed country in the world, yet we have not reached a place with our technology where we can make textbooks affordable. One of the biggest expenses behind tuition that a college student has. Doesn't seem like much money maybe to me and you when we have a career and you can go out and you have $50,000 or $60,000 in disposable income. But it is very important in the long term, not only for us, but as costs increase. Currently, textbooks have went up 80% over the last 7 years, according to studies done by the New York Post and the New York Times. That's 80%. No other commodity out there in the college world has went up that much money. So if you spent $1,000 last year, you've got to spend 80% more, $1,800 this year for the same textbooks. Usually these textbooks cannot be recycled, cannot be reused. Also, you got to think about the economic impact of it. Not only the economy, but also what are we doing to the environment? We're printing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pages. Thousands of pages. Just so we can turn around, throw them in a landfill, or if we're lucky, we might get $5 for them if we can recycle them. But at this current place and time in most of our colleges, there is no way to recycle the textbooks because there's a certain way that they're handled by the professors in which the professors have to approve a textbook. The problem is they change. They just change one line in it, 2 lines in it, maybe a new research topic. Suddenly a book that's only a year old or is 6 months old or maybe 2 years old is no longer any good. Secondary education is totally different than what they call your first or primary education all the way through high school. Those textbooks can typically be used for years, 7, 8, 10 years with an addendum. Unfortunately, you can't do that in the college world. I've learned that firsthand. Being a 50-year-old college student, it's impacted me. I couldn't understand why each and every time I signed up for classes, I suddenly had to get new books. Yes, there are some online books, but all of those cost also. All those have done is kind of minimize the cost to a degree in a couple of locations, maybe in a couple of types of textbooks, but for the bulk or 95% of the textbooks, as a study was conducted by the University of Michigan that actually stated that the textbooks could be placed online with a minimal amount of work. Approximately $4 million, they could place almost all the textbooks used in the United States online and make them available. Even if it was a small nominal fee of $5 or $10, like a lot of colleges currently charge you for a technology fee, would be instant access to those books, instant access to those labs, and a savings to the average family of $10,000 if you had a student in college. If your student went further in college, it would even save you more money. So when you think about it, again, we're really talking about $10,000. We're talking about our environment. We're talking about the things you could do in your own personal budget and with your own time. What could you do with that $10,000? Maybe improve your home. Maybe buy a car for your student going away to college instead of textbooks. That's a pretty powerful thing to be able to do. So what I want to ask you to do today is go online. I'd like you to take a couple of minutes. I would like you to research and find your state senators, your congressmen, and your House of Representatives, whoever your reps are. I'd like you to take just a couple minutes. Most of them have a click button where you can go in and just click the button. And I'd like for you to make sure that you talk to them about the Affordable Textbook Act. It's now up before Congress. The reason I'd like you to talk to them about it is I'd like to make sure next time I go to my next semester, I don't spend $1,000 on all the books that I'm really not going to use but once. And I'd like to maybe save a couple of trees too. So while we're doing that, I'd like everyone again to take a few minutes, think about that, go online, talk to your senators, talk to your congressmen, and most importantly, I'd like to thank you for coming out tonight and spending a couple minutes with me.